Hi, I'm Old Sneelock. Welcome to another episode of Old Sneelock's Workshop. I got a pretty much typical job here, but it's always unique. We have a print, and it's a very nice print. I don't know how long we've had it. That's something that the designer has always been in charge of. So I don't usually pay much attention to how we get stuff or where it comes from. More a case of how do I hang it and where does it go. Well, this one got hung and then it had an accident. Now it's got a frame that's made out of, looks to be some kind of castable, and it fell on this corner. And that corner broke, and this little piece right here came off. See if I can get that go where it belongs. Yes, that's how it goes, just like that. And it mates up with this corner. Well, I need to get this part glued down and this part glued down, and then that big gap filled in. Now, how am I going to do that? Well, I'm thinking I'm going to use the handyman's best friend. No, it's not duct tape, although duct tape might enter into the project. Handyman's best friend is JB Weld, at least in my house. JB Weld is strong, fast curing, easy to mix, and sticks to nearly everything, including the surface that I mix it on, and especially the stick that I mix it on. It's very strong stuff. Once it's glued onto something, it's pretty much there for life, without breaking away a piece of the thing that it's glued to. So this is how we're going to fix this. I'm going to lift this up. I'm going to smear some JB Weld in there. I'm going to clamp that down. Then after that sets up a little bit, I'm going to take the clamps off, fill in this area, let it set up. Then I'm going to give it another coat. It may take 3 coats or even 4 coats before I'm done. But it'll fill in kind of like Bondo, except it's epoxy. Epoxy is much stronger than Bondo. Now, I'm not saying it's going to be able to withstand a drop on the floor in that same corner again. That would be asking for it. But it should take the normal rough and tumble of a picture getting handled, because it spends most of its life hanging on a wall. Now that sound you're hearing, the whoa, 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 we're right under the laundry room, and that's the washing machine going. I bet you thought it was some kind of high-tech piece of equipment, that I was making a CNC piece for this to replace the broken frame, and I was going to have it all laser cut, and nope, not 3D printed, not laser cut, not nothing. It's just going to be JB Weld and the old eyeball. Don't need to mix up much this time, because I don't want to make a big glob of it. I just want to have enough to glue those down and hold them in position. think I'm going to slide this picture over a little bit, give myself a little bit more room to work. Now this end's all set up, it's hard. So I just need to mix these two together. The black and the tan mix together and turn out kind of a gray. Okay, we lift that up, smear that in there, and as best I can, I try and put it in there without breaking that chip off. Unsuccessfully, I might add, but do the best you can. Okay, now I let it sit and cure. Just takes a little time. Hardest part of any of these jobs is the patience it takes. You have to be able to walk away and stop fussing with it. If you keep fussing with it, you're going to mess it up. Build a little dam there. Okay. Well, we'll see how we do. That should be the last of the addition. The rest of it should be taking away what's there. Well, it's not perfect, but a blind man on a runaway horse would never see it. This is a project I've been working on now for about 5 days. Most of that is because my box of JB Weld, it's a little old. Normally JB Weld sets up in about 5 minutes and you can actually use the part in about a half an hour. And this time it's taken about 12 hours to set up completely. It's great stuff. Once it's set, it's hard as a rock, but it's taken a long time to set up. I bought that box back in 2007, so that's quite a while. Bought it in February of 2007 down in Galesburg. Cost $18.79. But I've used it, I don't know, at least once a year since then. 2007, I was still back at the old shop, and I was working on the big truck, you know, the 46 Ford 3-ton, and I used it to patch the floorboards. Took some fiberglass matting, the kind that you use when you do corners on plasterboard, and I laid that across some weak spots on the floor and put JB Weld over the top of it. Turned into steel. I mean, it was just as solid as the floorboard ever was, maybe a little more solid. And one coat, done. Looks good. So, if you have any suggestions for a new video, questions about today's video, or any of the other videos on the channel, just drop a note in the comments. You know I read them all. Thanks for watching.
This video is not to be viewed by anyone under the age of 13 in the U.S. or 16 in the European Union without the express written permission of the parents or the legal guardians of the underage person. Such written permission must be on file at the local government entity in charge of enforcing the rules and regulations established by the FTC. Anyone violating these terms is admitting by default that they hold harmless the owners and operators of this channel. Any and all questions should be addressed to your local branch of the FTC.